Popular author Harlan Coben has another of his novels turned into a miniseries, this one on Netflix. Let's talk about Fool Me Once. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the new miniseries Fool Me Once. This is streaming on Netflix. All 8 episodes are available now. Before we launch into the specifics of the show, let me welcome you back to Dan Reviews It. If you are not one of my subscribers already, please consider subscribing. Or if you are, just click that like button below or comment. All that stuff, of course, helps the channel out. All right, let's talk about Fool Me Once. This is based on the novel by Harlan Coben. He has had a handful of his novels turned into either movies or miniseries. I think the first time I took notice of his name specifically attached to one of these was last year with the Amazon Prime show called Shelter. But this is the technical full name for this is Harlan Coben's Fool Me Once. So they really, want to get that out there. As, not really much of a mystery book reader, that name doesn't mean much to me, but I'm sure it means some things to a lot of people. He's obviously a very, very popular author if this many of his books have been turned into different programs. And Netflix has a handful of them already, and they're not all in English, but some of them are. And I think 6 or 7 of his books have been turned into Netflix miniseries. So this one specifically features Michelle Keegan, Richard Armitage, Joanna Lumley, who you remember from Absolutely Fabulous, Dino Fetchter, and the one that I would say I probably know the best is Adil Akhtar. He is one of the detectives, and he actually has a pretty rich history with Netflix because he was in both the Enola Holmes movies. He was in the first murder mystery, I think, the Adam Sandler movie, and then he was in Sweet Tooth as well. So he has a bit of a history with Netflix. The basic premise here is that this dude Joe has been murdered, so his wife is given a nanny cam to kind of watch over her daughter, but she sees Joe on the camera, who was presumed dead. So, oh my gosh, what's going on with that? And then meanwhile, her niece and nephew, Abby and Daniel, played by Danya Griever and Daniel Burt, newcomers. I don't know them from anything. They are looking for the truth about their murdered mother, who is the sister of this gal Maya, played by Michelle Keegan, who lost her husband. So there's a lot of death, there's a lot of mystery, there's a lot of intrigue. I think that is sort of the stock in trade for Harlan Coben's novels. A lot of like dredging up the past, exploring missing persons or murders or what have you, and so we see a lot of that here. And look, a lot of times I will watch, just the first 2 or 3 episodes, get a good kind of grasp on the subject before I review it. It's better than watching just one. But if it's something I'm not really into, don't want to waste my time watching all of the episodes, right? I'm not. This isn't my job. I just kind of review for fun. But so all right, I watched the first 2 episodes of this, and I was like, I still only kind of vaguely know what's going on. I get that there's a lot of, moving pieces here and stuff, but like, what am I missing? Like, there's purposely a lot of twists and turns. That's also another thing that Coben, sort of excels at with his novels, I guess, is that these, different twists that keep rearing their head, in different spots. So I said, okay, you know what? Maybe I won't watch all 8 of this, but maybe let's give this another go. So I watched episode 3, watched episode 4, and then I just couldn't do it anymore. I said, okay, life is too short. I'm not going to watch all 8 episodes of this, but I think half of this miniseries has given me a pretty good gauge of what is going on here with the quality of this show. It's really kind of all over the place. I will say that there is definitely some intrigue, specifically with the husband that has reared his head again, because they're really sort of peeling the layers back of, okay, what happened here? Is he still alive? And if he's not, why is Maya, seeing visions of him? Because when she went back and watched the nanny cam in the first episode, he wasn't there. Did you just kind of make believe that? There's some sort of psychotic breaks within her that we get little hints of, I guess. But at the same time, is this guy dead? There's a lot to explore there. So there's some intriguing things here going on with the premise. The acting is okay, I will say. The gentleman that I recognized from all those other Netflix things, Adil Akhtar. Always good to see him. I would say, probably the best here. But again, I'm most familiar with him. So, and in the Enola Holmes movies, he plays, I think, like a is he a policeman or something? So here he's like a detective. So it's like a similar role that I've seen him in before. A murder mystery. I think he might play a detective too, right? That's part of the mystery. So anyway, that's his stock and trade. So look, he's good. My biggest issues, I would say, is there's a lot of like just red herrings here, and a lot of misdirection that really, or like side plots completely that just have nothing to do with the main plot. And look, a lot of these mystery novels over the years before streaming services were 2.5 hour movies. The Girl on the Train, for example. And a lot of these don't need to be 8 hour miniseries. I sort of harp on that a lot with the advent of the streaming stuff. But this is a book. Look, I didn't read the book. I don't know, but it just seems like there's a lot of superfluous things here, and moving pieces that have nothing to do with the main story. This could have easily probably been a 2.5 hour movie, and I think it would have made a little more sense. I think it would have flowed a little better, because that's definitely one issue. And then the other really main issue I have with this is the lead actress. She's okay as an actress, but her character Maya, oh my God, she is supposed to be like this really smart. Is she like a helicopter pilot or something? And around every corner, she's just spilling the beans to everybody she comes in contact with of things that she's trying to unearth. And like, lady, keep this to yourself until find more things out. Don't just go running down the street telling every Tom, Dick, and Harry about what you found. It just didn't make any sense. I don't know if that's how it is in the novel, but man, she is a terrible, terrible. Not that she's an official detective, but like she just needs to keep it in a little bit more. I don't know. So look, this is all over the place. I definitely was not interested in watching the remaining 4 hours. So it's a negative grade for me. Not completely. It's it has some redeeming qualities, I suppose. And the intrigue is there, but it just goes nowhere in so many different directions. I'm going to leave Fool Me Once with a D+. And you can see that now, if you desire, on Netflix. All right, thank you for watching Dan Reviews It. I'll see you next time.